Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. This is Rudraditya, and in this video I'm going to do the long-term review of the OnePlus Nord 2. Well, before starting the video, I would love to tell you two things. First thing first, that today is my birthday, so you can give me a virtual gift by sub to the channel, and that will be the best gift which you can give. So definitely make sure to subscribe the channel. And the second thing is that what is actually the long-term review? So in my opinion, long-term review is all about the experience of that user who is using that particular phone from a long period of time, in which he can share a lot of like core things like how's the performance over the time, is there any drop in performance. Same goes for battery life, like how much screen on time you are getting, like the screen on time which you're getting on the first week of use, is it the same even after 90 days or 120 days or 150 days? So that's the thing to concern. Then same goes for camera, like how's the camera, is there any improvement through the software updates. From software update, the fourth thing is the software, like how's the overall software of that particular phone, is it sluggy, is it okay, is it very good, and do you encounter any bugs or not. So this is all about the experience which you get from your phone, and in the long-term review we should share those things. So yeah, today I am going to share all these things with you, so make sure to watch the video till the end to know everything. And the most important thing about the long-term review is that I can recommend you, like whether you should buy this phone or not, because now I know almost everything about this phone. So yeah, if you are still thinking to buy this phone, then make sure to watch the video till the end to know everything. And now without wasting any time, let's start the video. Alright guys, so I would love to start with the cameras, and the camera of this phone is so good, but not in every department. Like starting first with the rear camera, the wide angle lens is so good. They use the Sony IMX766 sensor here, and trust me, this camera is so good in daylight, the dynamic range, the colors, even in low light, this lens is so good. Now talking about the human skin tones, then it's sometimes yeah, but sometimes meh. So I mean, it's still not very consistent. Sometimes you will find that the skin tones are very weird, it's not natural. Sometimes it will look good, it will look accurate. So I guess OnePlus can fix this through the software update, but surprisingly I haven't seen a single change log for the camera in the 4 or 5 updates which I have got in the last 90 days. And generally we used to see a lot of change log in OnePlus updates, but in the Nord 2, like the updates were so light, so normal, so that's why I didn't make a lot of update videos of this phone as well. Now talking about the ultra wide angle lens, then yeah, it's also good, it's decent, but you might not get that consistency across the lenses. When you shift the lens, I mean from wide angle to ultra wide angle, maybe you will see color changes, but not all the times, but sometimes you may notice that. But again, in my opinion, that's not a big deal, especially at this price point. And guys, there's a third lens as well which is completely useless, so I just don't want to talk about that. Now talking about the selfie, then selfie is average. So if you're a selfie centric guy, I guess you should check Gcam. If there is any good mod available for this phone, definitely check that if selfie is a concern for you. For me, it's not a concern because I don't take a lot of selfies, but selfie on this camera is not that great. But still guys, overall the camera is good, and the rear camera of this phone is the main highlight, and the video capabilities are also decent. Well, if you want to know more and in depth about the camera, then I already made a dedicated camera review of this phone, you can check that out here. Now talking about the performance guys, see, the performance is excellent with the MediaTek Dimensity 1200 and 8GB of RAM. This phone is fabulous, there is no doubt. Even in normal usage, of course, it's buttery smooth. Even in heavy use, it's very good. Now I know if you are buying a phone under 30,000 rupees right now, then you might get confused between Qualcomm Snapdragon 770 8G, MediaTek Dimensity 1200, and of course the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 processor based phones, like which SoC based phone you should buy, right? See, I can tell you, and also you might confuse that according to my usage which SoC will be best for me. See, if you are a very casual user, if you just use social media, email, camera, and some casual gamings, then 770 8G is also fine for you. See, 770 8G is the weakest in this three. Then MediaTek Dimensity 1200 is in the middle, and 870 is the best, there is no doubt. But still I consider 870 and the MediaTek Dimensity 1200 here on the top tier list, and 778G just below this two. So there is a difference between 778G and 1200 based processor phones. I mean, you can do more high extensive tasks in a MediaTek Dimensity 1200 SoC based phones. Now what's the difference between 870 and 1200? See, now if you want to do extensive tasks, and if you want to see the difference in that extensive, in that heavy task, then you will see the difference. For example, if you want to do video editing on your phone, then this phone will also render the 4K video, and this phone will also render the 4K video, but the 870 based phone will take less time. I tried a speed test between these two phones, and I uploaded a same size file in KineMaster, and guys, OnePlus 9R took very less time as compared to Nord 2. Same goes for Vivo X70 Pro, which used the MediaTek Dimensity 1200 processor, and that phone again took lot of time as compared to 9R. So even if you play games for long session of hours, then after 30 minutes, 1 hour, like suddenly if a lot of enemy will come into your gameplay, then 9R will perform slightly better than the 1200, but in day-to-day tasks you won't even notice a difference. So I used 888 Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 based phones, I used A14 Bionic based phones, and trust me, in day-to-day usage there is not a lot of difference. So overall I am so happy with the performance of this phone. Now guys, let's talk about the battery life. So see, the battery life is consistent in these last 90 days. I am still getting 7 hours plus screen on time, so that's very good. Well, one weird thing I noticed in this phone, which is still not resolved, not noticed but I just know about this phone, is that this phone gets heat during the charging period. I mean, surprisingly, the phone as well as the adapter, the 65 watt charger which comes with the Nord 2 in the box, gets heat. Both things get heat, and I tried the charger of 9R with the Nord 2 and it's still the same result. The adapter as well as this Nord 2 gets heat for some unknown reason. So I don't know, I guess OnePlus should really fix this heating issue during the charging time. Even while you play games for more than 1 hour in normal temperature, then your phone will go above 40 degrees Celsius, but I guess that is normal. And if you charge your phone in AC room, if you have a AC in your room and if you play games, then your phone won't get heated. It will be remain between 36 to 38 degrees Celsius. So about that heating issue, this is the only thing which I noticed. In normal room temperature, while charging your phone for more than 15 minutes, it will get heat and it will reach for like 40 to 43 degrees Celsius. So OnePlus, you should really fix this. Now talking about the blast issue, see, I really don't want to comment a lot because so far the news we have saw in the past are not very accurate. All those news feels like fake, because whenever company or the creators ask for more proofs, they all just just disappeared. So they never give full proof of that news. So I just can't comment a lot about that blasting issue. See, the Nord 2 is in my hand and my phone is still in a top-notch condition, and I never get a feel like it is going to blast, so it's all right. Let's just close this matter here. Alright guys, so now let's talk about the software. See, I already talked about this in my previous video of Rest in Peace OnePlus 9R, which is definitely not the rest in peace. It's a great phone, okay? So I talked about the software in that video, but I am going to share that in this video as well. See, as far as the software is lightweight, there is no problem, and also if you won't get any ads and bloatwares, then it's fine. With the smart features and 0 ads, it's very good. There is a lot of smart features which I liked about this new ColorOxy OS, which is also available on the Oxygen OS. So personally, I like the Oxygen OS more, which is currently running on the OnePlus 9R. I like the Oxygen OS more for sure, but it doesn't mean that I hate the ColorOxy OS. It is also good, but I hope that in future it remains good. This is the main concern. See, the notification panel, the torchlight features, and there are a lot of shortcuts which is very convenient for a user like me, and I personally like all those small features. The overall software is very let's say very smart, and it is also not very heavy like MIUI or some other skins, so it doesn't affect your performance of the phone. So overall it's very snappy, it feels very good, so I won't complain. So far my experience with this phone is so good. There's no bugs at all in this phone. This is a good thing, like they just merged but still there is no bugs, so that's actually appreciable. Now talking about some other things like display, yeah, this is a 90Hz display. The brightness in the direct sunlight is okay, it's not very bright, not very impressive, but it's good, and the video quality is so good. the panel, I mean the panel which they used here is so good. You will love the media consumption on this phone because it's a 6.4-inch display, and the cherry on the top is that stereo speakers. I mean, this is so loud. It's as loud as the Mi 11 Ultra. You will definitely, Mi 11 Ultra is slightly better, but with double the price. It's similarly as good as the OnePlus 9i as well. So the stereo speaker of this phone is so good. Yeah, there is no headphone jack, but still I just can't complain a lot about that because I get a very good stereo speakers here. So overall, consuming media experience is also terrific on this phone so far. And talking about some small things, then the haptic feedback is very good, and the earpiece quality is also very good. The network connectivity is also very good. You will get tons of 5G bands here as well. So overall, this is a complete package. Now let's talk about the conclusions. So should you buy this phone under 30,000 rupees? I guess yes. I mean, if you want a perfect all-rounder, then why not? This is great in every aspect, but not the best. Now if you want the best gaming phone, then I guess you can go with Poco F3 GT. And if you don't like this software and if you want a Snapdragon processor only, then you can go with something like Mi 11X. You can go with Realme GT Master Edition if you want a little less expensive phone. So it depends on you, but like if you want the best camera phone, then I guess iQOO 7 is better than this one. But I never compared both the phones in real, but I guess a lot of people appreciate the cameras of iQOO 7, so I'm just saying. So but if you want each and everything great in your phone, then OnePlus Nord 2 is the recommendation from my side. I have been using this phone, as I told you, from last 90 days, and I'm so happy with it. Now I have to sell this phone, unfortunately, because I have to cover more devices in the upcoming future. But yeah, this phone is so good and I'm in love with this phone. And also talking about the charging speed, which I forgot to mention, yeah, it just takes 25 to 30 minutes to charge your phone from 0 to 100% with some extra heat. That's the different thing. But yeah, the charging speed with that 65-watt warp charger is also excellent. So overall, this is a very good phone and I really love this phone in my long-term review. So that's my experience with this phone. If you liked what you watched, definitely hit that subscribe button, and also you have to give a gift to me, right? I mean, come on, you just have to. So yeah, also press that bell icon, select all to get all the notifications of my future videos. I will see you very soon in my next video. Until then, bye bye, take care.